to exploring the cross-chain ecosystem. LI.FI is powering Frontier's cross-chain vision, and excited to have you all here today. Big welcome from me, Jordan, our community manager, and on the space today, we have Arjun and Kram from LI.FI. And I just want to take a moment just to welcome you guys. But now I would like to welcome our special guest, Ravindra Kumar, CEO and co-founder. How are you doing, sir?
Glad to be here. I'm doing great.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, hey, we've been looking forward to this for quite some time, so I think it's going to be a good one. So I just want to pass this one on to Kram, who will take over the conversation from here.
All right, hey, thanks for that intro, Jordan. For those of y'all who don't know me, I'm Mark. Jordan calls me Kram because that's my ENS name, Kram.eth. But I do BD and research here at LI.FI. Arjun and I both write all the research stuff for LI.FI, so it's awesome. Am I getting a lot of feedback in the background here? It sounds a little messy on my side. Am I good?
Yeah, so I think that's sorted now. So you're sounding crystal clear.
Okay, sweet. I moved my phone position there. But yeah, let's just hop right in. Ravindra, I'll kind of drive the car here on this Spaces. Arjun will hop in when he has a good cue. But can you kind of just introduce yourself, give your background on how you got into crypto and how you found yourself building Frontier?
So you might just have to unmute yourself there.
Hello. Yeah, I wasn't able to unmute myself. I guess now people can hear me. So my background, okay, I've been a programmer all my life. I've done a lot of open source work before I came into crypto. Okay, before I started exploring crypto DeFi, I was building mobile products where I've scaled mobile products to 50 million downloads in India and 25 million downloads in US for some of the products which I built. Okay, and in 2017, I started in crypto as an investor, where I used to invest in ICOs, and as part of the investments, I was also writing some of the smart contracts for token contract and vesting contract for some of the ICOs. That's how I got into crypto. Okay, my first full-fledged experience with crypto development, which I had with InstantApp. Okay, InstantApp is one of the first Indian project, Indian Web3 project, which has which came to limelight. Okay, we've already done 100 billion cumulative volume from the time they have launched. Okay, everything which I learned at InstantApp about DeFi and my mobile product building experience, I wanted to build something for mobile and DeFi. So idea of Frontier is I just wanted to broaden the access to Web3, okay, to the mainstream. Okay, right now, okay, all the dApps, DeFi, everything is optimized to only desktop, which leaves out a lot of user base, okay, who operate on mobile. Okay, if we take an example, India, the average age of Indians is 29, and 90% of them have access to mobile and internet. So that's the vision. We started with Frontier. So far we have launched a couple of versions. We started as a just portfolio tracker. Now we have become a full-fledged wallet, and we do good amount of volume through our wallet. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, I find that fascinating that you started at Instadap, which is a dashboard, and I just kind of feel like that's where Frontier's going in the future. So I didn't know that about you, so that's pretty cool. I'm a big fan of Instadap, by the way. So you can pass my uh, compliment to the team because I think they're fantastic. So
Yes.
one thing I've noticed about Frontier, y'all offer. I think your website says 4,000 assets across 25 blockchains, which is like that's almost like too many assets for me to even wrap my head around. Can you give us the TLDR on like why you focused on the cross chain ecosystem from the start?
Yeah, so when we started, okay, like I definitely like Frontier has been multi-chain from day zero. Like we even though like when the Frontier was started, the TVL in DeFi was around 20 million only. Okay, or like most of that volume used to come from Ethereum. Okay, the DeFi term itself was never invented. Okay, and when time goes by, like it was evident there is more and more chains coming. Okay, like the initial launch when we did, we had we had built solution for Ethereum and Cosmos ecosystem. That's how we started. Like we have been multi-chain from day zero. Okay, and as and when there is more and more users coming from to other ecosystem and more EVM based chains coming in, like we optimized our application to be like chain agnostic wallet. Like instead of like focusing on one ecosystem, right now we focus put all the EVM based chains. We also support Solana. We also support Cosmos based chains. We are also like releasing the support for Polkadot based. So you see the current ecosystem, there is so much fragmentation. EVM ecosystem has a separate wallet. Solana ecosystem has a separate wallet, and all of this will create a bigger fragmentation in terms of user experience. Okay, like especially like when it comes to cross chain transfer itself. Okay, like cross chain is just starting with the transfer and probably swap of new asset in the destination chain right now. But overall, the cross chain messaging will be like opening up a lot of other avenues. Okay, like that's something which like I'm looking forward to. And this is something which I tell everybody, like whenever like um I asked about the question about future of DeFi, like how the future of Web3 comes in. We are all right now in the replication stage, wherein we are trying to replicate whatever we had in the TradeFi industry, like the web, like we let's say we are lending, we are borrowing, all of those things were already there, like and in the traditional finance. We just try to implement that on in the smart contract. But on top of this, we had a lot of other innovations such as flash loans and like money Legos and currently this cross-chain messaging, NFT, and all of this. Considering all of this, okay, like I was pretty sure like multi-chain in the future, because there is a need. There will be a point, okay, at one stage, uh, we will have more and more blockchains like specific to certain particular country, like specific to particular domain. Okay, right now nobody has tapped into enterprise blockchain. Okay, even somebody wants to come into that. Okay, we want to have all of this infrastructure built to expand it to enterprise. So considering all of this, like we were like multi-chain from day zero. We started all of our like backend APIs in a unified way. That's how we have been able to scale to more chains, and that's about it.
I'm pretty sure Mark got really excited when you mentioned money Legos. But like one thing I commonly see at Frontier is like strategic integrations. Like we saw Coinbase Pay and MoonPay, all these integrations have been made to simplify the user experience. And you've recently integrated LI.FI as well. That's why we're on this call. So can you maybe talk about why you chose LI.FI and what it unlocks for you?
For sure. Okay, like we ourselves are an aggregator. Okay, like we can be called ourselves as a Web3 aggregator. Okay, so there has been at least in DeFi, like Dex aggregator have become really really popular. Okay, and then with in the multi-chain world, okay, like there is definitely need for cross-chain aggregator, liquidity aggregator. Okay, we did explore a lot of other options as well. Probably like will try to integrate those things as a liquidity providers. But one thing which worked out for us at LI.FI was the world-class support, whatever the team provided us while doing integration. Because probably like I can ask the same question back to LI.FI team as well. It the integration wasn't straightforward. Okay, there's so many questions. Like we always got the answers back like the moment we asked. Like even team is in different time zone, we were always like getting the response on various dots. Okay, like building a mobile product, like mobile product or this how the or the sub portion of the mobile product is pretty straightforward because we are already supporting like more than 100 dapps in a native way. Okay, but the challenge while building a cross-chain liquidity protocol to provide cross-chain transfers, it needs a really big infrastructure in terms of the API infrastructure what LI.FI gives. Okay, like instead of like this whole infrastructure, like when there is a team which is dedicatedly working on aggregating all of these liquidity, it made things simpler. Okay, um, and also like we are building this in multiple stages. The first stage we planned as in like one click transfer. Okay, like I don't want, okay, there is multiple ways to do like transactions in cross chain. For example, one way is to like lock the funds in destination and redeem it on the client side. Like that needs two transactions. Okay, like some of the protocol support like one transaction itself. Like you just transfer it on the client side and configure the destination chain. The transfer will happen by itself. Okay, the fees of the transfer will be deducted upfront. So like we wanted to go with the one tap transaction transfer itself. That's why like LI.FI worked out really really well for us for our customization and also world class support what they provided while we did the integration.
Oh man, I love to hear it, Jordan. I feel like you need to go like take a clip of that and go send it to our dev team after this. They're gonna want to hear it. So one thing I wanted to ask, just because I was interested, is that y'all have integrated with Coinbase Pay and MoonPay. Like, was there any difference, like integrating a kind of a centralized infrastructure um, component into a wallet compared to something like LI.FI, which is more Web3 native, or was it pretty similar?
It's definitely not similar. Like when it comes to MoonPay and MoonPay and Coinbase Pay, like it's a restricted utility. What is read by them? Okay, they don't give they don't give us any API. They don't give us a lot of flexibility. Okay, there is no room for any like innovative user experience. The user experience which they have already built, we just have to like plug it in inside the iframe. Okay, that's how it works. Like in Coinbase Pay and MoonPay. I know there is Ramp Network. Okay, they have they have gone step ahead and by building their own native interface, white label interface. Okay, but even then, like there is that is still like very less room for any in terms of control. Okay, like all the configuration is done. We just open it in the iframe. It's very simple.
Beautiful. Okay, so we have like maybe 2 or 3 more questions about Frontier, and then we kind of want to just hop into some crypto at large cues. Is that cool with you, Ravindra?
For sure.
Okay, awesome. Arjun, I think you were going to hop in.
Yeah, so I just wanted to know, like, what's your core customer, and has this like changed over the years as the ecosystem has basically become more multi-chain or cross-chain?
Yeah. Okay. Like we started as a portfolio tracker, as I mentioned earlier. Okay. Like when we were a tracker, okay, like the most of the users we had were using like our application to track their portfolio. And like we had a feature called DeFi Smart Notifications. Okay, these were the standard features why people started using us. Okay, later on, like we got more requests. Okay, we just don't want to track the position. We also want to manage the positions on mobile. Okay, and there was the stage. Okay, where the DApp browser used to um, DApp browser was not part of iOS ecosystem. Okay, like Apple used to reject the apps if the DApp browser is there. Okay, like thinking all the transfer all the transaction has to go through the Apple Pay, something like that. Okay, at that point in time, okay, like when there was no DApp browser, the only way to access the dapps for the mobile wallets was Wallet Connect. Okay, and Wallet Connect was also still like very early stage. It was working only for Ethereum in the early days. It was not working for other chains. Okay, that's how it like we kind of like found our like users. Okay, the user persona, right, like our application is a lot of power users like who already like understands a lot of crypto native tasks. Okay, they know how to find various DN stuff. Okay, and also we have some of the users who does only trading. Okay, like in the last couple of months, okay, like this cross-chain transfer has been the most requested feature. Okay, that's the reason like we wanted to like implement this implement this like in one or the other. We tapped into like LI.FI ecosystem. So over the period of time, it was just a tracker, and then we moved on to like managing the like DeFi positions in the mobile, and then we have built a full-fledged wallet. Okay, we did not have the full-fledged wallet in the first couple of months. Okay, we had just a wallet connect to connect the existing wallet and then experience the Frontier interface. Okay, like over the period of time, okay, we have been able to cover all the personas like of the crypto, like existing crypto ecosystem.
Yeah, that's
Jordan, I think your audio just cut out. Maybe.
thanks. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm back now. I'll just phrase that question again. Thanks for that, Mark. So, Ravindra, I was saying that you mentioned that that is your current customer, and you mentioned that the future customer is going to be more, focused on cross-chain transfers or different kinds of things. I know Frontier is always leading in the space. So I wanted to ask you, what's your next big focus taken concept-wise?
Okay, like cross-chain, the transfer was the first step. Okay, like now I'm thinking of coming up with a lot of complex cross-chain strategies. For example, I have Ethereum on Ethereum chain. I want to deposit, like, I want to stake Aave on Polygon. Okay, like consider it as a zap. Okay, like I just want to transfer Ethereum from Ethereum chain, but the end result uh, has to be done, like staking the Aave on the Polygon. So this is like when you can compose such kind of actions. Okay, like we will move towards like web 2 experience. Okay, like the right now the web 3 is really complex. Okay, like this is one example which I'm giving in terms of cross chain messaging. There are so many other such complex strategies. Okay, one thing which we learned at Instadap. Okay, like Instadap was really successful because from day zero, like what we did was like we try to simplify all the complex strategies. Okay, like but that was on the same chain. But like going forward, there'll be more and more opportunities across the chains. Okay, other day, like I was reading a Twitter thread. Okay, like which explained how many opportunities the Polygon ecosystem has in terms of XAPY and stuff. Okay, like this normal crypto native user, like he he doesn't care about like what chain. Okay, there is no like single chain maximalism. Of course, there is a huge volume in Ethereum. Okay, like there is also like really big bot ecosystem built in as part of the Ethereum. It's really good. Okay, but when there is an opportunity on the another chain, like people don't hesitate to like move to that chain. Okay, like there is no into like just Ethereum or Solana or any chain. Okay, when there is a better opportunity in other chain, they just do it like in an easier way. If there is an easier way, they'll just do it. Okay, the biggest challenge with the cross chain ecosystem itself is the discoverability. Okay, if you want to discover like how do I transfer from exchange to another exchange, one chain to another chain, it needs a um, mm, lot of time to discover like how do we do it. Even after you discover it, there is some complexity in terms of switching the network, and transferring it from one chain and the redeeming into the other chain. So all of this is a is a user experience nightmare. Okay, like so since we are a like multi-chain wallet, like these things can be sorted. Okay, like really easily. Okay, going back to like our first experience with interchain transfer, right? Okay, we were the first one to integrate Kava interchain transfer way back in 2021. Okay, they had a way to transfer BNB from BNB chain to Kava chain for creating a CDP. Okay, like it was from that time, like the way it worked out, like you lock the BNB on the BNB chain, then you redeem it on the Kava chain. It's really difficult. Like if you don't do it on the mobile experience, that's what like I've experienced.
Yeah, wow, you're really speaking our language here at LI.FI. I mean, all we do every day is think about how we can simplify the UX. I will say we should definitely keep in touch when it comes to cross-chain contract calls and the like. We already have an MVP up with EtherSpot and KlimaDAO that allows like cross-chain staking in one UI UX. I think it cuts like 18 clicks down to 3 clicks, which is really sweet. And then Connect is also launching contract calls soon. We've aggregated Connect. And so your vision of staking or depositing into Aave from another chain, I think, might not be too far away. Arjun, I know you asked about NFT and NFT bridges. I feel like this might be a good time to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so I mean, Frontier already supports NFTs, right? And one of the use cases in the cross chain or multi chain world that we're seeing now is NFT bridging. So, do you think you'll add support for that in the future?
Definitely. Okay, like there is the first 6 months of NFT boom. Okay, whatever happened. Okay, going back to NFT support itself. Okay, we were the first one to support NFTs. Like probably like we started supporting NFTs 20 months back, not recently. Okay, like we not only supported the JPEG, like we also supported all the media format of NFTs. Okay, the a lot of wallet interface doesn't support like other than JPEG NFTs. So with the recent with the pseudo swap, okay, there is definitely there is more the more and more innovations coming up with NFTs. Okay, I I I don't know the how this NFT bridging works. Okay, like I just assume it's a synthetic version of the original NFT which will be minted on the destination chain, and which will also have the similar properties. Okay, whatever the properties which had on the source chain. Okay, if this can be done in a seamless way and um, without like affecting the price of the actual NFT itself, like it will be like really good. Okay, really cool. But I haven't still explored this. Okay, like I just know there's a like I've been like still working on the pseudo swap. It's okay. Like I'm still at that stage on in terms of NFTs.
Yeah, I think the cross-chain NFT space has a long way to go, in my opinion. But I'm super interested, especially when it comes to like identity and being able to kind of batch together transactions and take out loans on other chains based on those transactions in an NFT. I think there's going to be some cool stuff with that going forward. I think we only have about 5 or 10 minutes left here. And so I think we'll just hop into a couple security cues, if that's okay with you.
For sure.
Yeah. So first off, there was a kind of a big hubbub in the Solana world last week about the Slope wallet, and I just wondered if you wanted to give the people a few tips and tricks going forward about the best wallet practices in a cross-chain world, and you know how people can not run into something that happened at Slope.
Yeah, like the biggest simple hack is this. Okay, like never get access, like even if n- never get access to private key like until you approve it. Okay, like for example, like we have a way to like enter the pin code before that like when you enter the pin code, it actually signs the transaction. Okay, like with the encrypted private key whatever is in the local. It doesn't open the private key and like it doesn't send it to the SD whatever we use. Okay, like that's something which we have used. Okay, like for the wallet security, there's definitely like everybody is building a different wallet ecosystem. Okay, like MetaMask has built one kind of ecosystem, like one kind of standard initially, and then lot of other similar wallets use the same things which whatever MetaMask did. Okay, it's definitely secure. Okay, but but like we will like over the period of time, okay, like we'll have to come up with some of the wallets wallet like security standard, okay, something like how wallet connect is a protocol for connecting mobile and the DApp. Okay, like we will definitely have to come up with a protocol and the guidelines for like building wallets. Okay, and it's very difficult for mobile product to make it open source. Okay, like when it comes to wallet product, because I remember Trust Wallet faced a really bad experience when they had it open source, and then a lot of scammers forked it and they launched it as a different application, and then they used those wallets to like steal the assets. Okay, like one thing which we have been fortunate, okay, we use something called Wallet Core, which is by Trust Wallet. Okay, Trust Wallet has made their wallet signing layer open source. Okay, they haven't made like it's the same approach. Wallet Core like gets audited like every 6 months. Okay, like the signing layer is always open source. Even if we want to like log a private key and stuff, like it's not possible to do it. Okay, like that's how the wallet core is designed. Okay, they have multiple layers. Okay, like once we import the private key stored in the local storage and all of that, they have multiple layers. So probably like we have to endorse such wallet core or wallet signing like standard, then we will definitely face this less number of this thing. This is definitely um, excuse like whatever happened, because like we it's it took at least like 48 hours to figure out what went wrong. Okay, like it's because um, mm, it went to some extent where like people started accusing Solana blockchain itself is compromised. Okay, and then taking out the name of another wallet which is properly in the particular ecosystem. So it's really like it was really bad experience. That's why like I would say like try to make like your wallet signing layer open source so that it will be more transparent for all the users.
I think that's definitely great advice. And maybe staying on the topic of security, like we've seen many bridge hacks recently as well. So do you have any concerns of building in the cross chain space? And like, is there any bridge design that you prefer? Uh, yeah.
Okay, okay, like I definitely have like good amount of experience in dealing with the bridge. Okay, my first experience was with the uh, proof of authority bridge. Okay, there was a network called proof of POA network. Okay, they had built a bridge. Okay, they had multiple layers. Okay, if I remember correctly, like if they had multiple layers of security, as in um, they like from their bridge ecosystem, there was no way you can like withdraw like big amount of funds. Okay, like even like until entire system gets stabilized, we should definitely have some upper limit. Okay, in terms of how much somebody can transfer. Okay, instead of enabling transfer of 100K, like probably like 250K, people should be fine to transfer 100K or 50K like couple of times. The that was the limit, upper limit they had, the POA network bridge. Okay, that's one thing which we should have it. And lot of hacks, not just the bridge, or even the DeFi protocols. As a team, as a protocol who are building, okay, like it's definitely nightmare if something like this happens. Even the entire bridge design was good, and then when the initialization was wrong, it's it's a human error. Okay, when there is such thing is happening, we should definitely have a better monitoring tools. Okay, monitoring alert tools, so that like we can act really fast on particular events. Okay, like those are the two things which I would say, like which I can think of top of my mind right now.
Yeah, I think human errors, it's going to happen because we're human, but definitely better monitoring tools definitely help with these kind of things. So I'd like to ask this question: how do we take crypto mainstream? Because that's the goal, right? Maybe I can make that question a two-part question, maybe within the crypto context at whole, and maybe in the context of frontier as well. How do we take it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, that's something which we want to do it ultimately, like in the next um, uh, next 15 months. Okay, like so the way I see it. Okay, like I know there are a lot of products. Okay, who want to build it for the next billion users. Okay, but considering the existing TVL, existing volume, whatever is locked on various DeFi protocol, all of this volume has come from the existing crypto natives. Okay, the way I say it, like before you build it for the mainstream adoption, you build it for the crypto natives, and you build it for the power users first. Okay, like then like figure out like like what are the friction points. Okay, right now, if you think of like if you think of emerging markets like countries like India, okay, like Southeast Asia, two hurdles. Okay, to bring to bring the mainstream adoption. The first adoption is the um, key management itself. Okay, like if you go to like normal web 2 user, and if there's a disclaimer saying if you forget this private key, like you lose the funds, they'll stop then and there. Okay, there has to be like easy way of like managing the private key and the recovering the private key. And the next friction point is the on ramp itself. Okay, on ramp is still super complex. Okay, like even though there is Coinbase Pay, Moon Pay, all of this is I would probably like want to like would look forward to some product who would combine both this like um, uh, like, private key management plus on ramp in one tool, so that okay, like right now, like there is Coinbase Pay, there is Moon Pay. You have to log in, you have to do KYC in all of these platforms. Okay, there is this platform called Magic. There is this platform called Web3 which is not yet ready for the mainstream adoption. Okay, like they have certain problems, as in these people like build a like private key specific to dApps, which doesn't make any sense. Okay, like nobody like creates an application specific to your dApp. Okay, I want to create an account like using my Gmail or something. I want to use the same thing, same login in other applications as well. Okay, like if Web3 auth or Magic Connect can fix this, having a single private key across multiple places, and then integrate the same like on ramp KYC as part of the solution itself, then the initial friction will be removed. Okay, the next biggest challenge what we have for the mainstream adoption is um, discoverability itself. Okay, there is, if you take country like India, okay, there is a lot of emphasis given on like mm, how you buy crypto at X price, and like it will become 2x in next 6 months. Okay, there is only the concept of price. Okay, but a lot of mainstream users are interested in lending, like earning from. Okay, it's not just you buy crypto like by tossing the first two steps of hurdle. We want to like make them discover how I can earn from this asset what they have already bought. Okay, like for example, they can earn through staking, they can earn through lending, they can earn through yield farming. There has to be like really simple way to like make that happen. Okay, like let's say there is so much volume which goes through proof of stake ecosystem in Cosmos. But if you want to figure out staking yourself, it's a nightmare. Okay, you have to go to that particular website and figure out what is validators, and then figure out a wallet which supports Cosmos ecosystem and do it. Okay, we are trying to do it. Okay, we like the current stage we are in, we are trying to build it for power users, then expose all the dapps which you have built for power users to mainstream users. Okay, like we will definitely come up with some of the innovative ideas which is already done by uh, some of the big projects. Rabbit Hole came up with something called a quest. Okay, like they ask users to do particular task, and then by end of it they get some reward. Okay, when you have integrated all the protocols, creating a wizard, creating a quest will be not it will not be a big deal. Okay, like right now we are still at building for power user stage.
Yeah, there's so many things that you've mentioned there that I know myself and the people on the LI.FI team, some of the people tuning in today would really agree with. There's a lot of friction on ramp blockers, and I love when you say that we need to really build strong with the crypto community and enthusiasts and mainstream users that we have now, and really just simplify our onboarding and on-ramping experience with certain protocols and products to get more users in and to take it mainstream. I think simplicity is key. Um, but I think it's exactly what you're saying, focusing on what we have right now with the users that we have right now and building out from that. So I think that is going to be pretty keen. Well, I want to ask one more question, Ravindra, as we conclude our space today. It's this. In 10 years from now, what would the vision of Frontier Wallet be? 10 years from now. I know it's quite a distance away, but I know that you are a forward-thinking visionary leader. So I'd like to pick your brain on that.
Yeah, like let's say like if my the 10 years is like 100 years in crypto. Like it's a very fast moving space. The way I see it, okay, if you see last 20 months, okay, there have been so many innovations. Okay, there was liquidity mining, um, there was uh, there was NFT boom, there was the yield farming. All of was like step by step innovation which came in. Okay, like which came in. As I mentioned in the Ali, we are still at the replication stage of how we had in the TradeFi world. We are just trying to like replicate whatever we already had. Okay, like but what I want to do, okay, let's say if um, uh, like I want to like ask my dad to like invest in crypto like in three taps. Okay, like that's something which I want to envision. Okay, like right now if I ask my parents or like anybody like who is from the mainstream, it's impossible to get into crypto. Okay, there is so much. There are like right now crypto has become crypto and web3 has become too much technical. Okay, there are so many technical jargons. Okay, every month there'll be new a new term which is being implemented, there is new innovation which is happening. Okay, like over the period of next couple of years, I want all of these, like lot of the lot of steps which is involved needs to be reduced. Okay, that's what I want to like aim for. Okay, like ultimately in the next 10 years, okay, like what Frontier want to become, right? We want to become front page of Web3. Okay, like something like how Reddit has been the front page for in the internet world. We want to become a front page of Web3. If anybody thinks Web3, anybody thinks DeFi, anybody thinks NFT, I want them to come to Frontier.
Yeah, well, that's great. Great ambitions to have, and it's 100% no doubt that if you continue on the trajectory that the project is on right now, that we'll get there. It's funny you mentioned your dad and wanting to have him, just on 3 dApps get into the world of crypto. I was on a call with mine last night asking, is it a good time to buy ETH right now before the merge? And we had a fun conversation about that. Well, it's been good so far, but I just want to give you one more opportunity just to maybe leave one more golden nugget of thought with everyone here, or if there's anything else you'd like to mention before we sign off on the space today.
Now, I guess, okay, like we are very early, like we are really fortunate to be very early into crypto space. Okay, there is so much innovation happening. One thing with the Web3 industry, like everybody is welcoming. Okay, like when we started, okay, we didn't know, like I came from a developer background. Okay, like to build a product, to figure out things. Okay, like that's been really like in the Web3 space. Okay, like this kind of open environment has become has produced like lot more entrepreneurs in the Web3. Okay, like I used to think in the uh, e-commerce era, like I miss that era because I was very young, like I didn't know a lot of terminologies and stuff. But in this Web3 industry, there is somebody who is ready to help for at each stage. Okay, that's something which I would like to tell. Other than that, I would like everybody to test out Frontier and then like give us a feedback if there is any ways we can improve on various things of Frontier.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's one of the key things that I've noticed in my couple of years in the space, that the camaraderie in the space and everyone's willingness to help and assist is quite special. And I think that's what makes what we're building special. I think that's what makes Frontier special. To end off, I'd just like to say on behalf of LI.FI, we just to be side by side partnering to power your cross-chain vision that's ahead. So I just want to say thank you to you, sir, for joining our space today, to Mark, aka Money Lego, and Arjun for joining as co-host today, for all the Frontier and LI.FI community that joined today. Thank you for taking your time out. We hope that this was informative, that you got some good insights on Frontier, and most importantly, that you're excited for the cross-chain future that's ahead. That's all that we have time for today. We'll see you guys in the next space. Until then, cheers and keep bridging.
Cheers.
Thanks for having us.
Anytime. Looking forward to the next one. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Yes, yes.
Right.